If you're someone already buying and selling sports cards and you want to scale it and take it to the next level, you're going to hear me talk to someone that's already making $10,000 a month in profit and how to take it to the next level, 15, 20, $30,000 a month. There are two ways to do it that I'm going to break down in this video. Let's go do it.
Hello.
Hey, what's up? You got Eric? You're live.
Hey, Eric. How are you?
What's up, man? What's your name?
Johnny.
Johnny, how may I help you?
So I've been doing cards for about 10 years now.
Mhm.
Pretty well experienced in it.
Nice.
But I've been watching the live and interested in the program. I was wondering because mainly when I hear about the program, it sounds like it's mainly for people calling in that are not really knowing what they're doing and helping them get started. But I was seeing if you had any options for people maybe more experienced that had the knowledge but wanted to improve on their card flipping, and
Yep.
if you had maybe a higher end program for that.
Yes, we do. So we do. And what I would say, so to see if the program makes sense for you, are you already making a profit on sports cards? Or you just know a lot about cards, but you're not really like flipping them and making money?
No, since January 1st of this year, I've made around $45,000.
Okay. So yeah, there's a bunch of people. So I would say like 25% of the people that join the program have been doing sports cards for years at this point. So yeah, there are options for it. I'm not gonna
Mhm.
sit. I don't want to sit here and like sell you on the program. So I could have. Do you want me to have a coach reach out to you and call you?
Yeah. So mainly the only thing that I'm doing right now is just grading, just buying on eBay. I only buy raw cards or SGC 95s or PSA 9s and resubmit them. That's really the only method I have. But I hear you talk about like buying already graded cards and holding them into the season. That's something that I am not as good at.
W- Yeah,
I'm pretty good at flipping
yeah.
based on
You
grading,
you
but the
you only
holding
want to do that. Well, let me ask you this, so to see if like I could actually help you. So, do you do sports cards full time, or you have a job as well?
full time.
Okay. And so when it comes to that 45,000 you've made since January, that sales or profit?
It's profit.
Okay. And that's all from grading?
Yeah, only that's the only way I make money is just grading.
Okay. And so when it comes to buying cards already graded, like the minimum type of card you're usually gonna be buying is like at least $1,000. So in order to make
Hmm.
it worth it. So like you really need a bankroll of like 15 to 20 grand extra.
Uh huh.
So
Uh
kind
huh.
of like the natural progression that I've seen in sports cards from teaching a lot of people is you start grading sports cards, you get up to like $3, $4, $5,000 a month in profit, maybe more. And after making like, and I've seen people get up to 10K a month in profit, but after like 7, 8, 9, 10K a month in profits, like, okay, what's the next step to scale? So, right.
Hmm.
So there's two ways to do it. Number one is what we do inside of our program is we hire people called card finders. They're virtual overseas assistants that actually go out and find the cards for you. And they cost $3 an hour because that's above minimum wage in the Philippines. So they'll go out and find more cards for you for actually less time. So you'll spend less time doing it and you'll make more money. And also the other method is like you're talking about buying cards already graded. So do you have a bankroll of at least like 15 to 20K to spend on cards?
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. So then it might be worth it for you. So the biggest thing, so I'll just tell you, I mean, once you could join the program if you want, but I'll just like tell you what to do for free. So uh when it comes to buying players already graded, the new guys like Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, that class, do not buy because their
Hmm.
cards are new. They come out strong, then they come down, then they might come up a little bit. So, because if you buy those cards now graded already, they're gonna go down. So you want to be looking
Yeah.
1 year past or a little bit more. So the guys who I'm buying personally are you could write like the guys I'm highest on would be Stroud and Jordan Love, me personally.
Hmm.
And then
Hmm.
um, I like Bryce Young. I like Anthony Richardson. Once again, I don't like these guys as players. I just like them as guys that buy right now, and people get excited, and their values will go up. So those are the guys. Brock Purdy, I like as well. I just bought a big card of him. So those are the guys I like. But so you have your guys that you like, but it's less about the player. It's more about the type of card. So you could have Brock
Mhm.
Purdy. Let's say his value doubles by the time next season starts. But if you have the wrong type of card, you're not going to make any money. So the types of cards you want to be buying are Prism PSA 10 colors, contenders, national treasures if you want to get fancy, but I probably would stay away. Like if you really want to get fancy, like contenders, cracked ices, those fucking crush. National
Mhm.
treasures numbered in 99, high end prism. You want stay away from common cards like silver prism PSA 10s. You want to go for colored. Um, blue ices PSA 10s from Prism just crush it out of the park. But so it's not only the player, it's also the type of card. So like
Mhm.
me personally, like the best type of card in my opinion I would buy right now would be I would love to buy a Jordan Love cracked ice PSA 10, a guy who I think is going to go up in value because people are going to realize the Packers are going to have a lot of they have a lot of young good players. Jordan Love's still a good quarterback, young good team that'll generate hype and excitement, which will increase the price. And two, that's a top end card, so it's like a double edged sword. You need both working for you. And then if you do things right, hopefully you'll make 20 to 30% on your money. And that's really the benchmark. Like 20% plus is what I look for to make when I buy a card already graded. More the merrier.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, like, I just sold a Shea Gilgeous Rookie Prism Blue PSA 10, and I bought it for 1,100 raw, and it just sold on eBay for, like, $7,000.
Nice.
So, yeah, so the like I said, the grading is just I see more returns, but I kinda wanna spread out the money instead of just all at PSA. Because right now I've got about 200 cards sitting there, and sometimes I have a lot of money just tied up with PSA, and I can't spend a lot because I have so much money tied up and just cards sitting at PSA getting graded. So I kind of want to switch my strategy a little bit, but also I only really buy on eBay. And if you're buying PSA 10s or already graded cards on eBay to hold, aren't you a little bit worried about people, seeing that comp and then say, "Oh, I'll give you 80% of that," instead of selling for a profit? Because whenever I try to buy cards already graded, the only way I sell them is if I'm selling them below
Yeah,
what they
that's a
just sold
great point, which is why you need to buy it months prior. So there's new comps that
for.
pop up. Number one. Number two, I think it's a limiting mindset. I will I have tons of people that watch my content all the time. And you could see I just bought a Brock Purdy for $9,000 a cracked ice. I'm saying it to you. I'm saying it on live. I'll make a YouTube video about it and it'll still probably sell for more. Just to give you an example. So if you go back on my
Mm,
content last year, it's like November. I was talking about how I bought a 2022 Bowman Chrome Orange Jackson Cheerio. I told everyone what I paid, $10,000. Like it was very
yeah.
obvious. So I told everyone. I made a bunch of videos about it, and then I just auctioned it on Alt like last month, and it sold for 13,500 on Alt. It
Mm,
just doesn't matter. There's too many.
yeah.
It doesn't matter. But
Yeah, I
also
remember.
three, I would try to get the card off of eBay. Try to get the guy off of eBay so you could do the. I'd rather people not see the comp, obviously. So I would
Yeah,
try to get them
yeah.
off of eBay.
All right. And also one last question.
Yeah.
I also remember you talking about something called sports betting arbitrage.
Yep.
Is that something you also teach in the program that's available?
Yeah, that's only in our higher end program, and that is I don't want to go too far into it, but yeah, that is that is the greatest money making opportunity that exists on planet Earth. I'm convinced, especially
Uh-huh.
if you're in a what state do you live in?
I'm in North Carolina.
Okay, so you're also in a good state because sports betting is legal. But I mean, I'm not gonna go
Uh-huh.
too far into it, but yeah, it is a risk free way to make a consistent 3, 4, 5K a month. It's really cool. But I'll have a coach just shoot you a call, and you can just see if it makes sense and do it if you want.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All right, sounds good. I appreciate you calling in.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye. I appreciate everybody calling in. If you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next one.